everybody, this is Coach Dawn, CEO and founder of Reid Ready Life Coaching. Thank you so much for following me. If you do, and if you don't, please make sure you click that follow button, the like, the share, and just spread my videos as far as you can with the people that you care about, because my hope is that by giving you really good information, you can really and truly live your best life. So with that being said, I want to kind of bring up the whole idea of control. Many people, what I call, suffer from the I have to control it disease or I have to control it syndrome. And first, let me kind of tell you where that comes from. Somewhere in life, you had an experience that you felt out of control with. And it didn't feel pleasant. It was probably very painful emotionally or physically. And you may have learned to feel like I should have known better. I should have done something differently. And that whole process created a trigger. Whereas anytime you're in a situation where maybe you don't feel safe, or maybe you feel like it's not in your best interest, you will want to control it. You want to control the outcome. You want to control the whole experience. Now, I am a firm believer there are certain things we can do to mitigate risk. Don't get me wrong. But every action, every thought, every action, everything you do has a consequence, whether it's positive or negative. It doesn't matter. Everything has a consequence. And we can put certain things in place to minimize the negative consequences, but we cannot control everything. And in fact, studies have shown that the more you try to control something, the more it becomes out of control for you. It raises your anxiety, and the more you feel discomfort. And the more you try to control. So it's like, I keep trying to control it, keep trying to fix it, keep trying to make something happen. But then it gets worse, or you still don't feel comforted, and your anxiety gets much more intense. So here's a couple of things that I've learned, because I consider myself a recovering control freak. I really do. And like I said, I know where it stems from for me. The first thing I would say is identify, if you can, maybe you can't, but see if you can identify what's causing that feeling of, I have to control this. I have to get in front of this. What do you think will happen if you don't? And really think about the worst case scenario. What will happen if I don't? What can I live with? First thing. The second thing is understanding that no matter what I do, I will never have 100% control of a situation. And a lot of people get caught up in, what can I do? What can I do? What did I do wrong? So that leads me into my next tip. Do not blame yourself for things that go wrong. Yes, where you are accountable, you should definitely maintain your accountability. But where you're not, you do not. Do not hold responsibility for something that is not yours to be responsible for. You can only control you, and you can only be accountable for your actions. Just your actions. That is what you can control. You. That's it. Can't control nothing else. And as long as you can hold that in your mind, that this is something that I can't control physically, but I can control me in this situation, the more you practice that mindset, the more you will feel free and the less anxiety you will have. Yes, you can function without being in control of something. Absolutely, positively. All you can do is control you. And so those are some of the things that I do when I work with some of my clients. Even when I work with my own self, I look at the situation and go, where is it coming from? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I need to control this? Okay, if the worst thing happens, can I deal with it? Of course. It'll feel uncomfortable. I may not like it, but I could deal with it. Even though I don't like it, I can handle it because I'm strong enough to handle it. right? And the last thing I say is, okay, I can't control the situation, but I can control me. I can't control the other person. I can't control what they say. I can't control what they do. I can't control how they respond, but I can control me. I'll leave you with one more example. A lot of people go into major depression if they lose their job, right? Let's say they get terminated because there's a massive layoff. And you could have been the best, most excellent, most wonderful employee for 10 years. Best employee ever, right? But you still got let go. So again, what is triggering this? Oh, I got fired from my last job. Is there anything I can do better? Nope. I was a great employee. I did everything I was supposed to do. Maybe it wasn't even about me. Got to keep in reality. It could have been about money. It could have been about budget cuts. It could have been about a whole bunch of other stuff that has nothing to do with me. Somebody else is making the choice. I can't control what somebody else is doing. Okay, what can I do? I can look for another job. I can look for a company that's more stable. I can look at ways to save. You start to brainstorm, what can you do? And once you've done all that, then you keep moving on. You keep living your life. And you keep going forward knowing I can control me. I can't control the other person. These are the things that I can do to help me. Does that make sense? I hope so. So the next time you feel like you have to control a situation, step back. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is the trigger? Why do I feel I need to control this situation? What can I do in the worst case scenario? And the best way to let go is knowing I can't control anything except for me. I hope that helps. All right, everybody, remember, share, like, follow, comment. I love to hear from you. What are your tips? How do you deal with control issues if you have them? Or if you used to be a control freak like me, how do you control you? How do you control your need to control? Feel free to leave your comments, leave your tips. Love to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree with what I said? We'll love to hear from you. All right, everybody, go out there and create awesome sauce for yourself and for others.